What's going on, guys? JPB2 here. Hope you guys are enjoying your Tuesday. And for today's gameplay, we have an Adventure Pranks versus a pure Tri-Brigade, with me as the prankster going first. Now, first of all, looking at this current hand, it's a pretty good hand, aside from not having a negation towards Maxx, because I could play through Ash Blossom, maybe a Nib, could play through Imperm Veiler, so pretty good hand all in all. Now, in this specific scenario, I have been telling you guys before as well, if you do start with your adventure engine in your hand, always start with the adventure engine. Yeah, I'm saying this repeatedly, but you guys need to understand, you need to bait out your opponent's hand traps with your other cards in your hand before you commit your normal summon to the play and go into your combo. Now, in this specific situation, my opponent does Maxx me. He has a Maxx, he Maxxes me. Now, this is, I would say, a wrong way to utilize Maxx. Now, granted, the opponent does not know I am playing Prank Kids, but usually 90% of the players will throw their Maxx in your face if they have it in their hand on your activation of right. The other 10% of the population, when I say you might want to try to bait it out, is because some people will not Maxx you on your right activation. They will save their Maxx till you commit your combo to the play, or at least show them what you're playing. So if my opponent had not Maxxed me right here, right now, I would have shown him I'm playing Prank Kids. And Prank Kids, you need to combo, right? Miyamu being at 1 is extremely restrictive to you. So if you commit your Miyamu to the play, and then your opponent Maxxes you, it becomes a really bad thing for you. So the 10% of the population that know what they're doing, they will save their Maxx and not Maxx you in the activation of right. And if they see you are playing Prank Kids, they will activate Maxx once you commit Miyamu to the play. So be on the lookout for that as well. So I successfully bait out the Maxx, good for me. That means I don't commit my Miyamu to the play either. So we get a token, get the Faithful Adventure on the field. I, however, do commit my normal summon. Keep in mind, guys, if I did not commit my normal summon to the play, I would have had to discard a card from my hand anyways to get the Griffin in my hand. So I thought, why not commit normal summon? I'll show him what I'm playing. That's okay. Even if he somehow kills off my Roxy's, I still have another combo starter card in my hand for my next turn as well. So I might as well get the Draco back in my hand and then pitch out the Draco back for the Griffin Surge. That way ensuring that I don't have to pitch any useless cards. So Draco back comes in the field, attaches itself to the token. We set down our pranks along with Anti-Spell Fragrance. Now, once I activate Anti-Spell Fragrance on my opponent's draw phase, I myself get restricted from the Anti-Spell Fragrance because Prank Kids players do run a lot of spell cards. So by setting down pranks on the field right now, once I flip over the Anti-Spell Fragrance, it's not going to hinder my pranks out. That's the whole reason why we're setting down the pranks right now. And Anti-Spell means the opponent can use Harpy's Feather Duster us. The only out will be like a Cosmic Cyclone, I think, at that turn, or a Twin Twisters, once I do activate the Anti-Spell. So with that draw phase, we activate Anti-Spell. The opponent uses a Crossout on Imperm. So that's a preemptive Crossout because he knows once the Anti-Spell resolves, he will not be able to use a Crossout. So with this Crossout, as I told you guys, he is playing pure Tri-Brigade. He's setting up his whole combo with the Tri-Brigade with the Crossout on the Imperm. Activates Fractal from his hand. Fractal, since he did the first activation, that means now our Griffin is activatable from our hand, which I am going to do. Activate Griffin, put it on the field. So that means my Omni Negate is now online. The Fractal pitches Kit. Kit is going to pitch Nerval. Nerval is going to search for Kairos. Pretty standard Tri-Brigade combo. Then he could normal out whatever he wants. He normals out a Kit. Kit on the double banish. Now keep in mind, this guy had the right idea, but he executed it wrong. You guys will understand what I mean by that. I probably should have negated out the Kit. I was not too sure on it because he still had another Winged Beast in the graveyard. And if I negated the Kit, he would have had 2 more Winged Beasts in the graveyard, and then the Kairos special will be able to start his combo as well, right? He only committed his normal. Kairos can still be special by discarding 1 Winged Beast from his hand, so he still had that. But on this, he actually made the right play. he put a double Dragon Lords on the field. Double Dragon Lords, as you know, is a targeted bounce. That means if I activate Griffin and he uses the double Dragon Lord on my Griffin to bounce my Griffin, Griffin negate goes away. It gets fizzled out. Because Griffin needs to get bounced back to the main deck to be able to activate its effect of the Omni, right? So at that point, I realized I might be in a little bit of a trouble situation, but on the special of Karis, I used up my Griffin Omni. I did not want this guy to special out Karis on the field. I did not want that happening at all. So I used the Griffin Omni. This guy uses the Dragon Lord's bounce, but the card he targets is the token. Now, me and my chat were saying like, yeah, the Dragon Lord is on the field. He's going to target out the Griffin. Griffin negate's going to fizzle out. I knew that. I was expecting that to happen. But again, this guy misplays. He thinks that by destroying my token, my Griffin negate will not go off. Oh, how wrong that thinking is. Once the Griffin is already activated, it doesn't matter if the token is on the field or not. Even if the token gets destroyed afterwards, the Griffin negate still goes through. So, bad play on the opponent's part. He bounces out my token, so token gets destroyed. Griffin Omni still goes through. Kills the Karis. But keep in mind, this guy still has combo. He goes into his Link 3, which is the Rugal, kills off my Prank his Roxy's, and ends his turn after setting down a card from his hand. That's okay with me. Now on my turn, I draw into a Panday. Panday I can't activate because of the anti-spell, but I still have my combo starter card, right? So with the Faithful Adventure, I search for the Enchantress. Enchantress gets pitched, banish, search for Right. Right I can't again activate because of the anti-spell, but I still keep going into my combo. We go into Meowmoo, Fancies pitch out the place, go into Doodly Doo, activate, get the chain block off, search for a place, get the Lamseys, activate Pranks, pitch to Doodly Doo, target my place plus Roxy's, add them to my hand. With the Pranks, I'm going to activate, pitch out a copy of Place, gets myself a token, go into my second copy of Doodly Doo. You guys know the one card full Prankets combo. Go into my Roxy's, then comes my Bow Wow, Roxy's activate, banish Roxy's, draw into Corridor. Corridor now means I have a Colossus on the field. Now keep in mind guys, when I was going through this combo, you guys already know I will not be able to go into Butler on my opponent's turn because Pandemonium has to be set down for one full turn, my turn and my opponent's turn. Afterwards I could activate on my turn because of the anti-spell Fragrance. So over here I could have gone into Verte into Butler, but my opponent side of the field was highlighting over and over, and I did not know if this card was imperm. With the way he set down, I assumed it was imperm, but we never know. His side of the field was highlighting, but it could have just been the Rugal's activation. Again, can't say for sure. So I go into my Colossus. I play it safe. I say maybe this card might be imperm. Play it safe. Don't need to go into all that hassle. Or it could have been a Harpy's Feather Duster as well, right? Could have been that. That is the reason why you guys are going to see I'm not going to set down my Right. So if he had a Harpies, I was going to try to save the Right in my hand to be able to at least put something on the field if he does Duster my back row. So Rugal activates, puts the Nerval. I had to either target the Rugal or Nerval. Nerval was the better pick right there because Nerval would have been bounced into his hand at the end of the turn, and Nerval allows him to full combo afterwards. So I kill off the Nerval, not the Rugal, activate Pranks at the end, recycle 3 cards, draw into a Dropsies. I'm going to activate the Bow Wow, target 2 cards, add them to my hand. Now keep in mind, still can't activate Pandemonium because of the anti-spell Fragrance. The card he put on the field turns out to be a Pot of Desires. So all the overthinking I did, bad thing. But that's still okay. Pot of Desires, draws 2, sets down 2 cards, passes over. After killing off my Fancies that I had on the field. My turn, draw into Drill and Logbird. Now with the Prankets place, I can search for Fancies. So that's exactly what I do. I search for Fancies. That means my Pandemonium is now online into my Butlers. That's exactly what I do as well. Go off into my Butler. Now we get the Graveyard activations. Of course, we're not going to put 2 copies of Drops on the field. Pandemonium locks us into Prankets monsters only. No point doing that. Search for a Griffin. Pitch out my Dropsies. set down my copy of right, and then I go into battle phase. Now before I go into battle phase, he activates Rugal, puts the nerve ball on the field, and turns out one of the cards he drew into was the Revolt. So Revolt coming up means he is now going to have Omen. Omen is going to non-target banish one of my cards. Now over here I had a choice, right? I had a choice of keeping either the Colossus on the field or popping my opponent's field and my opponent gets rid of my Colossus. I went for the pop on my opponent's field because keep in mind, if I keep the Butler on the field, this Omen has to target out my Butler for the banish. He cannot target the Colossus. Otherwise, my Butler will be activatable on my opponent's turn for double Raigeki since I do have Meowmu in the graveyard currently. So I had those options. I chose for the board wipe this turn itself. So I used my Butler, board wipe my opponent. He gets the kit into Nerval. Nerval search for another Fractal, and he banishes out my Colossus. I'm okay with that. I go into Doodly-Doo. Doodly-Doo recycle out the Panday plus the Butler. I'm going to set down my Panday, pass my turn by activating Pranks. Keep in mind, this Pranks has to recycle out the Meowmu. That's your combo starter, so we do recycle out the Meowmu. Opponent's turn, he normals out Fractal, activates it, goes into Omen. Omen targets out the Pandemonium I had set on the field. Now he knows that card is specifically Pandemonium because I did telegraph it because I added the Pandemonium to hand and then set it down. So he knows exactly where my Pandemonium is. He banishes it out, whacks my Lampseas, kills it, whacks me in the face for 3k with the Omen. My turn, draw into a Call by the Grave. Can't use it, so we go into our full adventure combo. Search for our Enchantress with the Faithful Adventure as well. Now over here, I'm thinking I might have lethal, so that's what I'm going for, okay? Now I'm gonna pitch out the other copy of Anti-Spell, don't need it. The reason why we're keeping Enchantress is because we still have our normal summon, and Enchantress can special itself on the field because we control a token. So I'm gonna use the Enchantress, special it out, normal out my Drunan Lockbird. Drunan Lockbird being an effect monster, that means we can use it to go into our Predaplan Verte. Predaplan Verte now gives us our Butler by Thunder Dragon Fusion. So Butler comes in the field, we get a boost up with our Prankets plays, go into battle phase, start killing our opponent's field. Omen gets him a search for the kit, don't care much for it. He pretty much cycled out all the names from his deck list, okay? If we look at his graveyard, he has 2 Nervals in the graveyard and I believe 1 Nerval banished as well. So he cannot search for Chaos anymore. He has 3 Nerval pitched out, and I believe he has all 2 or 3 of his kits out as well. So, like, he basically used up most of his names in rotation. With that, we set down our Call by the Grave after whacking him with everything, activate Pranks, recycle 3, and our turn. He draws a card, Kit is his draw, activates Kit, banishes 2. We're going to use the Griffin Omni to negate out the Kit. At that point, I realized he is all out of names, so negating this Kit, even if he tries to activate Kit from the graveyard, he can't pitch Nerval. Because, as I told you guys, he already went through all 3 copies of the Nerval. With that, he pitches a Revolt, and he realizes he's done, and he scoops the game. That's going to be it for today's game, guys. If you guys do enjoy this kind of videos, please consider hitting the like button, subbing to my channel for more daily prank and video uploads. And if you guys are interested in the live version of all of this, I do live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/jpbduel. Link along with my schedule and a link to my Discord will be in the video description itself for you guys to check out. This is JPBduel signing out for today. I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace!